Welcome to the strawz reviewer training video. If you are watching this video, you have already taken the reviewer qualification test, so you have some idea of the process. But this video will go into a little more detail because the coding form that you will now be using to do a more complete review is a little more involved. In this video, we'll talk about the context for your reviews, the environment in which you access the videos that you will be reviewing, and the coding form itself. So it helps to have a little bit of background or context for how your reviews are going to be used. Well, first of all, the strawz directory, as you may be aware, is a directory for students, teachers, and parents to quickly and easily access video and other multimedia resources that are highly targeted to classroom instruction. They map to state and national curriculum standards, as well as other attributes that are meaningful to teachers and parents and students as they look for video and multimedia resources that enhance and supplement instruction. The foundation of the directory is data that describes the video and multimedia assets in a rich and meaningful way. That data is called metadata. Metadata is the data that describes the contents and the type and the attributes of the video and multimedia assets. So in going through the review process and filling out the coding form, which we'll take a look at in a minute, you are essentially generating the metadata that drives the system. So as you work through the coding form, keep in mind that your answers need to be meaningful for teachers, students, and parents. So to start reviewing videos, you start at admin.strawz.com/index.php, and there you will log in with the email username and password that you were given when you signed up to do the pre-qualification test. At this point, you should go ahead and navigate to the strawz admin page and log in so that you can follow along with the actual coding form. Once you've logged in, you'll see a navigation menu running down the left margin of the page. If you navigate down to Lessons and select Lessons, you'll find a link to your queue, and in your queue is the list of videos that you will be reviewing. To review a video, just click Start next to any title. This will bring up the video with a topic and title and source if provided. And if you scroll down underneath the video, you will see this coding form. As you work through the form, note to the right of the question there may be a question mark icon. This question mark icon indicates additional instructional text, which you can see by rolling your cursor over the question mark icon. Also note that, as with many questionnaires, some questions enable you to make multiple selections as indicated by checkboxes, and some questions force you to make a single selection as indicated by round radio buttons. If you don't think the answer options provided are adequate for answering the question, and there's no field for entering an other option, take notes as you go and make suggestions for additional answer options. So the first question in the coding form is the primary standards correlation. After watching the video, what you want to do is enter key terms or key phrases that you think best describe the most important aspects of the video, the main focus of the video. Here we're really trying to target the main focus of the video and not get into all the different subtopics or other minor attributes of the topic. Really trying to focus on the main aspects of the teaching objective of the video. To enter your keyword or phrase that you would like to search on for the curriculum standards, as you start typing, the system will suggest terms that you can select to enter. Notice that once you enter one keyword or phrase, you will then get another text field so that you can add an additional keyword or phrase. And actually you can keep adding keywords or phrases to better enhance the description of the video. As you do this, you will be adding to the number of terms that the system will search on. The system is searching the standards, so you will be returned a greater selection of standards. Or if your terms are highly specific and mutually exclusive, then you might be returned fewer standards to select from. So it really depends on the terms you're using. So once you've entered your keywords or key phrases, select Match, and this will bring up a group of standards that are close match or likely close match to the video, but not necessarily an exact match. And your job now is to read through the selection of standards that's presented and pick the one or two or maybe three standards that really closely correlate to the video. There may be more than three standards that you think really closely match, but we're really trying to pick the one, the two, or the three standards that really closely align with the video. If you really feel strongly that there's more than that, go ahead and select more, but try to focus on the one or two or maybe three standards that really align closest to the video. Notice that if you want to delete a key term or phrase, just click the X and that field containing that term that you want to delete goes away. The display shows just the beginning of each standard. To see the full standard, roll over the question mark to the right of it. If the video is interdisciplinary in nature or does have secondary topics that you would like to call out for teachers or parents or students, you can enter them in the secondary topics tag field. With video usability, we are trying to essentially flag any videos that are of such poor quality, that either poor audio or video quality, that they are basically useless. This should not apply to any of the videos in your queue at this point, but if you do find any videos that are very poor and basically you can't see or hear them, then indicate it with this question. The video title field may be pre-populated with a video title if it's been provided already. If it has not been provided and there's no video title in the field, go ahead and enter a title that you think really describes the video in a very succinct way. Please be very concrete here. We're not looking for any poetic or flowery titles. Something that would be very meaningful to someone browsing a collection, that would really help them see what the main focus of the video is. The duration of the video is usually provided in the video player. You may have to press play in order to see the duration, but usually you can get it from the player. If the player for some reason does not provide the video duration, then you'll have to wait until the video plays all the way through the end in order to see the duration. For description, we are looking for 3 or 4 very descriptive sentences. Again, not flowery or poetic, just a very concrete description of the contents of the video. Lesson focus describes how much of the video is devoted to that main content topic. Most of the videos will be entirely devoted to the main learning topic, but there will be some videos where there is much more context background that provides the context for the main learning objective, and the real learning objective is only treated for 10 minutes out of, say, 30 minutes of the video. So this is an opportunity to identify that ratio. With content attributes, we are trying to differentiate videos with complete lessons that a student could work through on his or her own without the help of a teacher or a parent, from videos that would really require context or background that would be provided by a teacher in a classroom setting. Complexity describes how comprehensive the lesson is. Does the lesson go into great detail, or is it treated at more of an introductory or a summary and an overview level? Interactivity really describes multimedia presentations where you would interact directly with the application by inputting data or making selections on screen. For the most part, videos will not be interactive. There may be some interactive videos where you can actually click somewhere on the screen, but that will be rare. But a video that invites the user to pause and work out a problem that's being described in the video is not what we mean by an interactive presentation. An interactive presentation would require some kind of interaction with the screen itself. If the presenter is identified, please enter the name. That includes well-known presenters such as Steve Irwin or Bill Nye the Science Guy, as well as unknown presenters. You would enter their name here as well. To describe the presenter, go by your best estimate based on the information provided. If there is more than one presenter, you can make multiple selections. And if there is a type of presenter that's not listed here and you want to add it, take notes and let us know, and we will add that as an option. The producer or publisher type is the entity that is responsible for creating the video, and hopefully the type of producer or publisher will be listed in the drop-down menu. If there is a type of producer or publisher that is not listed here in the drop-down menu, you can add it in the other field. Note that videos often have a graphic in one of the corners identifying the site on which the video appears. This would be like YouTube. YouTube is not the publisher or producer of the video, it's just the site on which the video is being distributed. So that would not be the publisher's name. Access terms are the conditions under which the video can be viewed. For the most part, videos will be free, no ads, but there may be some videos that have ads associated with them, in which case it would be free with ads, or the video may be viewed only with a subscription. But for the most part, the videos you will be viewing right now are free, no ads. And similarly, right now all the videos you view should be streaming. In the future there may be downloadable videos or videos that are on fixed media, but for right now all the videos should be delivered as streaming videos. Knowledge type classifies the video by the type of information being presented in it. For the most part, videos won't be purely fact-based, but if there are a lot of facts in the video, spelling facts or multiplication facts or state capitals, those kinds of facts, then you can identify it as a fact-based video. Skill-based or procedural or how-to videos would be videos that walk the viewer through the steps of answering or solving a concrete problem. Conceptual videos introduce topics, discuss main ideas, theories, phenomena, laws or principles, and event videos would profile current or historical events. The knowledge types are not mutually exclusive. A video could present different types of knowledge, so you can make multiple selections of knowledge types. Format describes the way in which the information is presented. If there is a format or a presentation style that is not included here, again, take notes and suggest additional answer choices for the format question. Instructional technique overlaps somewhat with format, but these are presentation styles, or actually instructional techniques that are specific to teaching and learning. Again, there may be multiple instructional techniques in a given video, so they are not mutually exclusive. And again, if the video uses instructional techniques that are not included here, include them in your notes and let us know. Themes describe the context in which lessons are embedded. So for example, if a math video uses batting average as a way to teach about percentages, sports or baseball would be the theme. The theme is not the subject or the topic like math or history or science. Those are not themes. Resource type, at this point the videos are all going to be lessons. We don't have any web-based activities, tools, references, or teacher resources at this point. The coder qualification videos did include one example of a classroom activity. That was the alliteration game, and you may see in the future videos that suggest classroom activities, but otherwise the videos for the most part will be lessons. At this point, assessment should not apply to videos. There are no interactive applications, so assessment will not be a factor. And for medium at this point, we're only looking at videos. The audio option is for audio-only presentations such as a podcast. So you should not select audio because a video includes audio. A video with audio is still a video. For accessibility, a video may be considered descriptive if the audio track provides the essential aspects of the lesson so that a visually impaired viewer could get the essence of the lesson without seeing any of the video. So they would not have to see a problem being worked out on a whiteboard or blackboard, for example, if the presenter is talking through the problem as they write it out. But if some of the essential information in the problem is visual, then it should not be considered descriptive video. And accessible players won't apply for now. An accessible player is a player that can be read by a screen reader so that it can be controlled by a keyboard. For supported languages, sometimes you will see a video with the option to turn on Spanish or other foreign language translations. If that's the case, select the language. If there's a language that's supported that we don't have listed here, add that in your notes as well. The intended audience question complements the curriculum standards match, whereas the curriculum standards match, however, was based largely on content and the curriculum standard for a particular grade. The intended audience is focused more on age, so indicators of intended audience might be vocabulary or cultural references or presentation techniques, whether puppets are being used, that sort of thing. And then with complexity of presentation, you can indicate whether or not you think that the presentation is on target for grade level, above grade level, or below grade level for the intended audience. Note here that the answer options are a little misleading. The answer option here is a slider that you can set to below grade level, above grade level, or in the middle, which is on grade level, but it's not a 1 to 7 hierarchy or a 1 to 7 Likert scale. Those numbers you can ignore. It's really just the middle of the slider would be grade level, to the left would be below, or to the right would be above, or you could set it somewhere in between if you're not sure. The answer options for technical quality are on a 1 to 7 hierarchical scale. Even if you designated the video as being acceptable technically to be included in the directory, technical quality will vary. Some videos will look more professional than others, some might be harder to hear than others, so you can use the slider to indicate those differences in quality. Presentation quality is an assessment of how well the material in the video is presented. Whether it's clear, whether it's engaging or compelling, those kinds of considerations would go into your assessment of presentation quality. And the overall rating is just your general assessment of the video, taking into consideration all of the factors: technical, presentation, and how well the video achieves the given learning goal. And finally, you can give a qualitative version of your quantitative assessment by providing additional detail about your impressions of the video. We hope this video has provided a good understanding of the strawz video review process. If you have questions or concerns or ideas or suggestions, feel free to email Stefan Fopiano or Dan Schwartz at these email addresses.